I didn't I didn't forget Kelsey. Georgia has me stressed. Hey guys. Hey. Oh gosh, I'm here. I'm like this watching Georgia. Oh my gosh, we are in for a hell of a week. A hell of a week. Oh Lord, I'm sorry guys. I said I would stay away from it, but I can't. I can't. Not when Georgia is so close. I can't. I'm never going to sleep. Oh Lord. Anyway, how are you guys? Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. When you come in the room, guys, make sure you come in with your links. Vodka with $3. What's up? I see you in there chitting and chatting. Hey, Joy Valentine, come on in the room. Yes. No, Misty, I didn't change the time. I'm stressed. I'm trying not to be. Like, I feel like I'm doing very, very well because um I know how I know how large of a population is in Pennsylvania cities. So I knew what Pennsylvania, I knew it was going to be, I knew it was going to take a long time to count that. Like Philly alone, millions. Okay. That little city holds a lot of people. So I just knew it was going to take a really long time. But Georgia, what's up, girl? Georgia in the bottom. What you doing? What you doing? Just let us know. So anyway, I've just been, all over the place. Guys, I literally just took a trip to IKEA to just walk around. I ain't get nothing. I just needed to get out of the house. I needed to get out of the house because I didn't want this to consume me. But it is. It is. But anyway, how are you today? Oh God, am I freezing? What's that? Oh no. Oh no, devil. Okay, I'm back. Because I was like, oh, what's going on? Because I just paid my bill. I just paid my internet and cable bill. Is Georgia trying to censor me? Anyway, how are you tonight, my loves? Hey, Mel Fitness. Hey, Cammy. Hey, Crystal. Oh, no, Simply Simone. I actually, if you did you see my lives when I was in Georgia, Atlanta, when I was in Atlanta? I actually thought this could happen. I really, really did. Like, I'm not from there, but where I was staying was so blue, it shocked me, right? I just, I was like, I don't see this kind of blueness unless you in like Philly. You know what I mean? Like, I was just really, really shocked. Again, I'm not from there, so I was thinking different things about Atlanta. But listen, them black cities is pulling it across the finish line. Ciao. I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it. I really, really do. And I think we're going to be celebrating for a really long time. And then we're going to be in for another fight because that man is not leaving. They're going to drag him out of there. You know what, Mel Fitness? I was feeling the same way about Vegas. But what I found out from somebody who actually lives there, she said that they did not expect this kind of voter turnout. And they just weren't prepared for it. They weren't prepared for such a large, like they were prepared for, they knew that there would be, a lot of new voters, but they just weren't prepared for this many voters and this many mail-in ballots. They just weren't. They kind of underestimated this election. So they're understaffed, exhausted, and those people got to get some rest. Why not? Like, I was looking at I was watching CNN, and they were just going around a voting accounting, I don't know what you call it, accounting station or whatever in Detroit. Those people look so tired. So tired. Like, literally democracy is on their shoulders And they're probably not even getting paid a lot of money. So I'm just like, you know what? If y'all need to take a nap, take a nap. I won't sleep, but Nevada will. Oh gosh, listen, he's an on time God. Yes, he is. Oh, on time God. Yes, he is. Oh, oh, oh. He may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. Oh, he's an on time God. Yes, he is. So I'm positive. I'm positive. I'm positive. You know what I mean? Late in the midnight hour, God's going to turn it around. He's going to what? It's going to work in your favor. So I'm positive. I'm positive. But you know what? Listen, let Nevada sleep. Let those people get some rest. You know what I mean? They are probably on a work release program, probably, temps from a deco. They are not making a lot of money to do this. So let them people rest. Let them rest. Cammy, I'm the same way. When anybody asks me where I'm from, Philadelphia, Philadelphia. We don't claim PA. Girl, get out of here. You see how they voted? Anywhere outside of Philly, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh. Sometimes we can get Scranton, but the big cities won't claim PA. I'm from Philadelphia, Philadelphia. Get it right. I'm going to start in like 3 minutes. I always say that, and then I look over at the time, and I'm like, oh, I've been talking for 40 minutes. Listen, I don't even know if we're going to get through the review. Today just might be therapy. It is what it is. Yeah, Mel. Me too, girl. Michelle Mabel. I said I wasn't going to do it either. Here I am watching everything. Yeah, like I have these Amiro J. I have these bouts where I'm doing really, really good. I'm really productive. But I realize that I've been doing a lot of busy work because I don't want to watch the ballots come in. So I like, for some reason, I'm like deep cleaning my room. I'm redecorating. I started Christmas decorating. We haven't even had Thanksgiving, but I've just been doing stuff, just like stuff that is not necessary, but like I'm just doing it. I'm reorganizing like my shoes and my closet. I'm color coding my skincare. Like I'm doing whatever I can to not be consumed by this. But for somebody like me, this election is everything. You know what I mean? It's life or death for a girl like me. So it's very important. Very important. Not saying it's not important to anybody else, but I'm just saying I know I can't have 4 years of that man. I just right now, like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of black people are afraid to go out. A lot of black people are waiting for something to happen, constantly sitting on 10 and living on the edge. I know it won't go away fully. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. So I'm hoping. I'm going to say positive. Yes, vodka with 3 olives. Let us pray. Simply Simone, I think that's Melania. I think Melania knows how this because Simply Simone said they already have moving trucks out in front of the White House. I think Melania was looking at them numbers and she was like, girl, I want to be here anyway. Let me get my stuff before this gets repossessed. Listen, right with you, girl. Oh, Maya, when this election is called, he's going to go insane. Stay prayed up. Hey, Danny. Yes, yes, Miami and Orlando. Everybody, all my Florida friends are just like, to be very clear, I am from Orlando. Okay, I am from Miami. I'm from Dayton County. Oh, Mel said my church is online praying. Speaking of praying, did you guys hear Paula's what? Did you hear Paula White's prayer to like ma'am, listen, y'all know I'm Christian, okay? Grew up deliverance. So this stuff is real. I like how y'all know I be in on what Halloween. I don't go outside. I don't play with stuff like I don't play with the spirits. Okay, I believe all of that stuff. I've seen some things. A deliverance ministry will open you up to worlds that you just like, Lord. I wish I was ignorant to this stuff. Now that I know, I'm terrified. But anyway, she was like praying on Zoom to God to allow this man to remain president. And then she was like calling up African spirits. It was a lot going on in this prayer. And I honestly, believing how I believe, I was very scared for her because I was just like, I will play with a man, not God, not God. You know what I mean? I'll play checkers, not God. I was just like, girl, this is a real dangerous game you're playing. Like, you done got too much damn money. You done lost your mind. It is easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. I am all over the place. It's because I've only had like 2 hours of sleep. It is what it is. It is what it is. Melania been gone. She done packed Baron up in that U-Haul, and she said, we getting the hell out of here because it's about to go down, and I'm not dying for your daddy. Listen, she's smart. Simply Simone, exactly. Simply Simone said, leave them African spirits alone. They don't play that game. Trust me. I'm like, you calling on African spirits? That's a white woman. Okay. Who come from plantation owners? Mama, you better stop. You better, because they'll show up. But I don't think it's going to go the way you want it to go. Ciao. Listen, I'm not a fan of Melania, but listen, I was all for homegirl saying that before I moved to that White House, let's readjust this prenup. Because I'm not moving in there unless this paperwork is signed. You need me. I don't need you. Ciao. Work smarter, not harder. They absolutely were shady. Um, Not to digress, but to digress, I got because I told you guys I just went to IKEA because I needed to break. But I got their lingonberry juice concentrate. Like you put just a bit of it in your cup or whatever with ice or whatever you want to put it in. And you can like add soda to it. Like you can add like a ginger ale to it, or you can add it to ginger ale or just water. And I did that. It's pretty darn tasty. Like he has a lot of nice holiday stuff. Like right before you leave out, I'm drinking this. Like, you know what? I may use this for Christmas, which I'm already decorating for. Like, why? What am I doing? I just need to find stuff to do. Before this, I was up at 4 a.m. bleaching my kitchen. I had bleached it the night before. It didn't need more bleach, but for some reason, I was just finding spots that I missed. I don't know if I did. I just needed something to do. I just needed something to do. Ciao. What time is it? It's just, Lord, Lord. Keep us in your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get this thing started. I actually have a lot to say about this episode. I have a lot to say about this episode, and I didn't think I would because it seemed very boring and dry to me. Maybe I just was really tuned in. If I'm freezing, y'all, let me know what is going on. What's going on? Oh, everybody's probably on the internet in my apartment complex. That's probably what's going on. Everybody. Oh, what is that? Ciao. Everybody is on the probably on the internet. So if I like freeze a bit, I'm sorry. People are refreshing their browser for the results. Anyway, let me do it on here. If oh. Greetings from Ireland. Hey, Leanne. Oh, I was rooting for Cori Bush. She's going to be great. She's going to be great. I follow her on Twitter. She's such a great follow. Very positive, a lot of information. She's just so good. Hey, Kiki V, love you too. Ethan is on break at work. He said, hey, Nikki, I'm on break at work, so I won't be able to stay, but I've been thinking about you while the election results come in. Last night was stressful, and all of today, it really, really was. Thank you so much, Ethan. Thank you so much. Also, I hope you guys read in my comment section of my last review. My last review was for, hold on, let me check. I'm gonna have to close some stuff because this thing keeps on freezing on me. My last review was, come on. Hold on, my loves. Hold on. My last live review was it the Family Chantel? Right? Or was it Potomac? I think it was Potomac. I think, hold on. I did Potomac. I just want to be very clear about
because I know they're not going to prep.
Sorry, y'all. Yes, I finally got it after all that clicking and clacking. So my last live for Potomac, I got 2 super chats from Nicole VT and Miss GG88. I am so sorry that I missed that. Y'all know something was going on with my phone, so I had to look at my computer, and my eyesight was right here because I was looking at my notes, not the chat. So I missed that. But again, I just wanted to thank Nicole VT and Miss GG88 for the super chats. Just know if I've missed your super chat, I'm probably not looking at it. Please just, shout it out in the comment sections if you see it, because I do want to acknowledge that, because you guys are supporting me. You know what I mean? And I absolutely appreciate it. So Nicole VT and Miss GG88, again, thank you so much for your super chats. I appreciate your support here at NikkiStar TV. So now, DC is showing out. DC is showing out again. If you're just getting here, I feel like I'm freezing. I may do that, but everybody right now is on the internet at my apartment complex for obvious reasons. So that's probably why there might be a little delay. But I think as I'm doing this, I'm catching it. So I'm going to do my best to be very aware of that. Now, let's start this review. Let's get our mind off of things. Let's have a good time. But if you are just watching this review to just watch me review this episode and not, get into the chit chatter, I am here to let you know that the review starts now. Let's get into it. So, what was I looking at? Oh, child, I had to go to a guy that I have not even been thinking about for a long time, but I had to go to his Instagram and, real talk, lust for a minute, because I need to take my mind off things. I was like, what is he looking like? Let's see. Still looking good. I can go to sleep. Oh, gosh, I am a mess. A mess. What woman isn't a mess for a man? Ain't it a damn shame? Are they a mess for us? Never. But before we get into we're in the review now. I want to talk about this because it's Housewives related. I want to talk about Erika Jayne filing for divorce. If you have been following me from the beginning, I said that this woman, that this was in, not the cards, but this was down the line for her. I knew that this show was a way for her to get on her own financially so that she could feel comfortable leaving this lifestyle, because this man, the man that she's married to, is going to fight this prenup. So I think and I'm just assuming, I think that she got to a point where she was comfortable enough and she was looking at the books and being like, you know what? I can carry this lifestyle without him. Let me get out. I also think that because I also, no, I do. I do. I'm going to say it. I also think that she probably would have stayed a bit longer, maybe one more season, but I think she jumped ship now because her husband, Tom Girardi, is having financial issues. Like he's being sued by a lot of people. And I think she's getting out of the marriage before her assets are also taken because she's married to Tom. So I think she's also protecting herself financially and getting out now before, you know, the court proceedings, resume, and she's in a situation where, you know, her assets are in play as well to be, you know, I don't know, taken by the feds or the people that are suing them, because it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But let me read this article from E! News. E! News said, after 21 years of marriage, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erica Jane is filing for divorce from her husband, Tom Girardi. After much consideration, I have decided to end my marriage to Tom. Now, guys, she's filing, not Tom. The reality star exclusively tells E! News. So she said this is not a step. Now, before we go on, when like a gossip site or entertainment site breaks a story and they say exclusively, that means that Erica, her publicist or whoever, reached out to E! News and wanted them to break the story before, you know, dumpster divers like TMZ finds, you know, the court filing and sees, like, finds a divorce filing and sees that she has made this decision. So I think after she decided to do that, reached out to her publicist, let her know, and the publicist was just like, okay, we're going to go with E! News. I think that's what happened. That's why I don't think she was like running to get attention. I think she was just trying to get ahead of the drama before somebody else, you know, breaks her story. Like my grandmother always says, don't let nobody else spill your tea. You spill it before them, they can't hurt you after you've already done the work. So she says, this is not a step taken lightly or easily. I have great love and respect for Tom, and for our years and lives that we have built together. It is my absolute wish to proceed through this process with respect and privacy that both Tom and I deserve. I request others give us the privacy as well. That's unrealistic because you're a reality TV star. So your job is to share your business, basically. So I mean, you can ask for that, and people who want to respect you for that, want to respect that, will. You know what I mean? But, you know, bloggers and like entertainment sites and gossip sites who make their money off of being in your business that you share, I don't think that they're going to, you know, step away from that. What else is she saying? This is her second. Oh, I didn't know that this was her second marriage. This is Erica's second marriage. She was previously wed to Thomas Zizo, who she shares a 26-year-old son with. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. But yeah, Erica's out. Erica is out. And I remember when she was on Watch What Happens Live, because I watched this episode. This article says that back in 2017, fans were shocked to hear that fans were shocked to hear Erica tell Andy Cohen she does not have a prenup. But she says, let me tell you something. Let me be very clear. I'm married to a very powerful lawyer. She admitted a prenup wouldn't stand in his way. It's going to be all Tom's way, I assure you. He'll rip that piece of paper to shreds in 2 seconds. So, you know, she got out at the right time for her financially. And yeah, wishing her all the best. Wishing her all the best. Divorces are very hard. And I think that, you know, like she said, Tom is going to be, you know, victorious. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to work the system. He's probably friends with all of these people who will be presiding over their divorce. So she's going to get something. I don't think she's going to get, you know, what she wants, but I think she is finally, you know, secure enough in her own monies that she will be just fine. I don't think she's coming back next season with that glam squad, but I think she's going to, you know, do the best that she can. I don't think she'll be as fly, but I think she'll, you know, she'll work a nice nasty gal 2-piece, loungewear set. She could do it. She got the body for it. So yeah. Oh, thank you. Why did I do this? I'm tired. Thank you, Kiki V. Thank you, Kiki V. Everybody loved my shirt today. I got so many compliments on this shirt. Let's talk about the divorce. And you know what? Simply Simone, I hope that we're going to talk about this next season. That's my biggest issue with Beverly Hills. One, the casting is boring now. Two, they don't talk about their business. And it's like all of this stuff is on E-News and People and TMZ, and everybody's talking about what's going on in your life, but you're not talking about it on the show that you are getting paid to talk about it on. So that's always been my issue with Beverly Hills. It's like, we know what's going on with their lives. We never see it. These ladies have so much going on, and they gang up on one person and focus on this person in this made up drama so that we're not talking about the mess going on in their lives. That's my issue with them. And just the recent casting, like I said, I like Garcelle. I hope she's there more next season. But now this Disneyland woman, that's $1 billion family. She's not going to be messy. Kathy Hilton is a friend of the show. $1 billion family. She's not going to be messy. Not saying that everybody else has to be messy, but I don't want women who have to keep up their image on Beverly Hills, or women who are worried about their image on Beverly Hills not giving us anything when the main girls give us nothing. Like, to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, go on, girl, give us nothing, because that's what they do. That's what they do. So I'm like, Erica, you're going to have to talk about this. You're going to have to talk about this. You're going to have to be realistic. Like, I used to, get Gucci. Gucci used to send me stuff. Now I'm shopping, maybe not at Target clearance, but, I'm able to get, their collaborations with Armani. But I'm probably not able to buy the stuff that I used to because my money is a little tight right now. I hope she comes back. Well, I hope when she comes back, she's able to, she will be very honest about her situation and give us something. Because Erica doesn't. We don't get anything from Erica other than, oh, women just think that I'm a cold person. Okay, girl. You've been doing that for what, 3 seasons? We need something. We need something. We seen the, I'm a cold person. We've seen the weave ponytail down to your ankles. What else do you have? Bring it, Beverly Hills. You won't, but one could wish. One could wish. Vodka with 3 olives. I would love to have Kim Richards back. I think she is amazing for that show, but she has issues. So I don't see Kim Richards coming back. But that's what I wanted to talk about with Erica Jade. So this episode for The Real Housewives of Orange County picks up where the last episode left off. Bronwyn has thrown the glass into the pool. Thank God it did not break, because if that was my pool and she had threw a glass in my pool and that glass broke, I would be sending her the bill for draining it, cleaning it, and refilling it. Trust and believe. So no, hold on, guys. Yes. What's going on? So y'all know I did the update right with my phone unwillingly. Like, something happened. Not something happened. I left it on the charger, and it just updated. But now it's not updating my note. Oh, there it is. There it is. No worries. I got the notes. So anyway, Bronwyn throws the glass in the pool. She storms off. She is, her and her husband are now going back and forth with Shannon. And can I just say this? What's the husband's name? Eric, Andre? Mr. Bronwyn, right? I felt like, first of all, I felt like he was extremely wrong in this situation. Your wife is getting into it or just having a verbal disagreement with a bunch of women who don't look like they can fight, or that they would beat her up, or that she would be in any kind of danger. Aside from Emily, Bronwyn was safe, right? And she was really safe in front of Emily because she didn't do anything to Emily. So Emily didn't care. Bronwyn wasn't cussing out, I always call him Rumpelstiltskin. What is his name? Emily's little husband, Emily's sassy little husband. She wasn't saying anything to him, so she was safe. Emily does not get into it with anybody until you talk about little Mr. Sassy. Then she's ready to fight. Okay, and it's a little scary, right? But that wasn't happening. So Bronwyn wasn't in any danger. There was no need for her husband to start talking to the ladies and getting them together. First of all, if your wife is distraught and she runs off, you need to follow her. Why was you staying and getting the girls together more important than than chasing after your wife who was walking down the street crying and screaming? Why wasn't that your first priority? He like saw, let me have my cup. He saw his wife take off and he looked and he was just like, I didn't like that. What you said to her. Go get your wife. Why are you like sitting here? Like he watched her run and then he turned that little velour blazer. That was a little oversized. His fashions. Anyway, he turned that little velour blazer to Gina and was just like, yeah, well, that wasn't nice with what you said. No, I heard it. We all heard. My man better never embarrass me like that. I was just like, if I were Bronwyn, I would be so embarrassed. What is your man doing? He did not need to defend you in that manner. He should have just do what a husband is supposed to do. Go after his wife and say, you know what, babe, you're not doing well. Let's get in the car. He runs out finally after his wife, after Gina was just like, I'm done talking to you and you're making me uncomfortable. After Gina shut him down like she should have, he finally goes out to get his wife. And I'm like, oh, good. Your wife is detoxing. She's going through a lot, with dealing with alcoholism and revealing it to everybody and feeling, you know what I mean? So she's dealing with a lot. I'm glad that you are finally going out there and, taking your wife home. Not Mr. Velour Blazer. He runs out with his glass, with his little lemonade. You need to go back in there, Bronwyn. You cannot walk out like that. You need to let them know what they did to you. Let's go back. Was he drunk? Something had to be up with him. He just made so many wrong moves. And oh my God. Oh my God. There's a huge spider on my wall. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mom, can you come here, please? Bring the broom. The broom. There's a huge spider on my wall. Please. Oh, Jesus. Please don't go into my purse. Don't go into my purse. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, baby girl. Oh my God. Mom. Mommy jumped off the wall. Oh my God. 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 Where's the broom? Oh, Jesus. No, that is. Oh my God. There's a huge spider in my room. He just jumped off the wall. Oh my God. Guys, no, this is big. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, he's huge. Oh, Jesus. Toya, please. Oh my God. Toya, you have to. He's right. Oh God, he jumped off the wall.
Nikki, excuse me.
Oh, he's coming. He's
Nikki,
coming.
excuse me.
Just bleach
this
him.
little spider.
Just bleach him. He jumped. He jumped. Oh my God. Oh my God. He jumped.
He jumped. He's dead. Give me a
never.
Nikki, give me a napkin, please. NikkiStar.
This don't have nothing to do with me. Girl, he freaked me out. Toya, yes. Toya, he was on the wall and then he just jumped. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, big sister.
I can't believe you're on NikkiStar.
Girl, he jumped off the wall. Oh my God. I am embarrassed. I'm sorry. This is sad. I hate lives. I hate lives. I was doing, oh God, oh God, oh God. What just happened? Guys, I'm sitting here, right? Talking about Bronwyn's husband in that velour blazer. And out of nowhere, I just see like my peripheral vision, I see something like moving rapidly down my wall. I look over. This spider. Listen, my sister said it was small. It was big to me. It was big to me. And as I'm watching him, I see that he's coming down the wall rapidly. And I'm like, what is he looking for? And then this fool jumps. Hell no. I don't know what kind of spider that is. In California, got all these deadly spiders. He wasn't going to kill me. I can't believe I took off running like that. So, I have arachnophobia. It is what it is. I don't like them. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. And I never had spiders in here because my bedroom window, like there's like a lot of like greenery outside of my this is why I hate living on the first floor, like right outside my room. So I keep my window closed because I don't want all those bugs or whatever coming in. I have a screen, but you never know. You never know. How embarrassing. I don't like spiders. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Michelle. Kelsey girl said that was a lot. Oh, my mom cussed me out because she like jumped up and she was like, "What?" I'm sorry, Mom. I've never seen a spider jump, and he jumped so far. How embarrassing. Simply Simone, it wasn't. It was just coming down my wall, but it was so fast. And I've never seen a spider that big. I'm gonna be real with you. My sister said it was small, but I've never seen a spider that big. And it was just coming down the wall so fast. That's why it caught my eye. And then it just like got to the side of my window and then it just jumped. No, that was aggressive to me. I felt like he was coming to get me, so I got away safely. Oh God, I'm so sorry, y'all. Michelle Mybell said I act like that, but I don't scream. I thought it was landing on you. Thank goodness your sister was there. Brian Reigns, no. Guys, it just I can't explain it. I can't. It was just coming down so fast. That's why I looked over because I'm like, what is that? And I see it's a spider. And I was going to spray it. When it jumped, no sir, no ma'am. No sir, no ma'am. Oh God. So that just happened. I lost it. I don't like spiders. I can't do it. Spiders, la cucarachas. I can't do it. I used to live, what's up to my Philly people if you're watching? I used to live on 61st and Pine in West Philadelphia, and it was right up the street. Like literally, I could walk to Cobb's Creek in Philadelphia, and we had the worst like rodent, fox, and cockroach problem on that block. Like whenever it rained, that my whole block knew it was about to be a war zone with animals, foxes, rodents, cockroaches, frogs, everything. Like because the creek always flooded. So all of those, all the animals and insects or whatever, and rodents that, lived off of that creek when it would flood, their homes would be in jeopardy. You know what I mean? So there wasn't where they can stay because of the water. They would just take off running and just infest the neighborhood. It was always such a nightmare. I hated that creek. Hated it. I was like, oh God, especially in April. I was like, oh, well, let's get ready for hell. Let's get ready to go to war. You're leaving out your house and you're spraying bleach on your concrete steps because those demons are about to start attacking your home. Oh, God. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I'm triggered from Cobb's Creek. Oh, God. I can't believe I did that. I am so sorry. I don't like spiders. Oh, God. Studio cheek. Zevo spray is non-toxic. Look for it next time you're shopping. Thank you, Michelle Mybell. Let me type that down. Zevo spray. I can't wait to watch that back. I cannot wait to watch that back. How, guys? Zevo spray. Guys. Ciao. That was a lot. That was a lot. All right, there it is. Thank you, Michelle Mybell. Anyway, child, was that the oh, I'm freezing again. Nikki, let me fix this. I took off running. I done moved everything. Oh, God. Are we fine? Okay. Oh, maybe the brown one's husband. He was probably rubbing on that little cowrie shell necklace. I know it's not a cowrie shell, but that, that paparazzi necklace, and heard me talking about him and sent that spider to take me out. I'm not gonna be able to sleep in my room now. Even though my sister took care of that spider, now I feel like my room is infested. So I'm not gonna be able to sleep in here. Great. There it is. Oh, God. What was I talking about? No! Stop freezing. Like every 3 minutes. Okay, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Yep, Koosie Girl said it. I understand, Nikki. I'm traumatized from New York City roaches. Exactly why I will never live in a brownstone. When I move to New York City to live, I'm going to have an apartment. I am never living on the ground floor in New York City. Oh my goodness, Michelle Mybell. I saw foxes at my job when I lived in Kalamazoo, Missouri. The job put out a warning for coyotes and how to handle them. I only saw smallish, medium, little orange, brown things with beady eyes that ran away. Oh, yeah. My neighborhood that I used to live in was right by the mountains in Cali, like Burbank, Glendale area. And we had a problem with coyotes. So you could never leave anything on your front porch at night. You could never, because they would come in and destroy your trash. We had to put a lock on our garbage. Like, it was insane. Like, after midnight, you had to be in, because they would like roam the streets in a pack, and they wouldn't harm you, but it's scary. It's scary to see these big wild dogs running the street looking for food. Child, I was leaving out Target and I saw a baby one roaming through the trash. I turned that Target cart around and I said, I don't need nothing out of here. And I got the hell out of that Target, because I knew if that baby was around, so what's its mother? And you know how mothers are about their children. She wasn't going to tear me up thinking I'm trying to take her baby. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. So rodents, insects have been tormenting me my entire life. So let's get back. Oh, good. I'm not freezing for you guys. Perfect. Hey, Pilots and Pugs and April Cardona. Anika T, thank you. I love you too. Let's get back to Brown one's husband. And this medium velour blazer. No, it was oversized. It was very big and tall. And he's not. Anyway, I was just talking about how I felt like he should leave with her. Leave, take his wife home. She's obviously dealing with a lot. Why are you leaving her, like not running after her, staying here, getting Gina together, you know what I mean? Then running out after her to bring her back into a situation that has emotionally drained her. I just didn't understand. Maybe he didn't want to leave the party. Or maybe he's just a messy husband who lives for the drama. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm like, all the moves you're making at this event, is wrong. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Even Kelly was just like, you shouldn't have got involved. And the husband, I know, but I saw what happened and I couldn't let that go. Sir, you are messy. You are a messy husband. You should have minded your business. That did not have anything to do with you. Your wife was in no immediate danger. The only thing I could think of is that he probably, argues with women a lot. You know what I mean? Like this is unfamiliar territory to him. Like I'm used to dudes like just being like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all deal with this and like walk away and not even like, I'm used to a man like being exhausted when that stuff start happening. I'm not used to the husband moving a wife out of the way and it's just like, you go deal with that. I'll handle them. I'll get the girls together for you, sweetie. I'm not used to that. I'm just not. The fact that he bit back at Kelly, yeah, but I saw that. Wasn't going to let that happen. Sir, go get your wife. Go, like Bronwyn is literally running down the street, like screaming, like I just was. But I was being chased by a spider. You know what I mean? And he's so concerned about what was said about him. That wasn't really bad. Let's just talk about this because Bronwyn and Gina finally sit down together because the husband comes back after he got all up in Gina's face. He comes back again, right? He comes back to tell her, my wife wants to meet with you. And Gina doesn't want to do it. The husband, well, she really felt bad about what was said. So, you probably should really sit down with her. She would really sir, you're doing too much. You are doing too much. Why are you so involved? Why are you so involved? So Gina decides to sit down with Bronwyn because she's not a terrible person. She's a really good person. And she also, in my opinion, I felt like she felt badgered to do it. Like I felt like she felt like if she didn't do that, he wouldn't leave her alone. And she had already told the man he made her feel uncomfortable. Man, when a woman tells you that you are making them feel uncomfortable, back off, walk away, don't engage with her again. After Gina said that she was uncomfortable, oh, really, Gina? Sir, leave her alone. Bronwyn, you got to get your husband. This is not a good look. Don't nobody, especially in no girls group, like somebody who got a messy husband who loved to get into the arguments. You are supposed to sit on the side and build a house or, play fantasy football on your phone. Do something, but don't get into this with the ladies. So after Gina is pistol whipped to go talk to Bronwyn, she sits down and talks to Bronwyn. And it was a terrible conversation because Bronwyn was not in the place of healing. She was mad that Gina, told Emily, who told Tamara, who told everybody in Orange County about that text. And she wanted an apology. And Gina was just like, I felt uncomfortable. You're not going to take that away from me. Like, that's how I interpreted it. I did not feel comfortable. I thought it was weird. And you're not going to take that from me. I guess Bronwyn wanted Gina to say, oh, how you interpret it was wrong and, apologize to Bronwyn and her husband. But you can't do that because Gina said, I just told my friend about a creepy text that I got, about a weird text that I got from, basically a co-worker's husband. I just told my friend. I did not go around dragging your husband like you did that. You and your husband did that to me. So Gina didn't think that she did anything wrong. And honestly, I don't think she did anything wrong. I really don't. Like, that happens. Like, if my coworker's husband texts me and text me, period, right? I would accept, oh, just want to make sure you got home. Not even him. I would accept him saying, hey, we just wanted to make sure you got home safely, right? But even still, type it from your wife's phone. You don't need to be contacting me. It's weird. If you have to say something to me, go through your wife. Me and you don't need to have a back and forth with the tee and the smiley faces and the wink faces and all this stuff, right? So Gina has every right to feel that way, and she does not need to apologize for that. Tamara should apologize. Bronwyn, you have the issue with Tamara because she told everybody. Gina told her best friend. There is nothing wrong with that. And even though Gina is trying to give her grace, because she's extending a lot of grace to this woman, a lot of grace. And she is, telling her she apologized. She even said it. She's like, I raised my voice. Gina didn't do anything wrong. Gina was defending herself and protecting herself from two people who were coming after her. I didn't think that she needed to say that or apologize in any way. But Gina is being the bigger person. She's being the civil person. She's being the smart person. She's giving Bronwyn some grace. And then she tells her that she's very proud of her. And she says, I don't want to add any more stress to your life. I don't want to do this. I felt a certain way. I told my best friend, I don't think that that was wrong. I don't think that you guys are terrible people, but I just, I thought that was weird. And Bronwyn's just like, no, that's not okay. You need to apologize, Gina. And Gina's like, I'm not. And she has every right. Gina didn't do anything wrong. Bronwyn, you got a lot of stuff that you're dealing with. Maybe you can't film everything. Maybe on days when you're feeling like this, maybe stay home. Maybe chill out a bit. You can't come to everything because Bronwyn is dealing with a lot of stuff, right? And so every time she's filming, she's just erratic and crying and breaking down. Like she's looking, to be honest with you, she's looking crazy at this party because everybody, they got their drinks. They're, hey, yeah. Mm-hmm. Love it. Love this place. Great. Lemonade boy. We will get into that. But everybody's just having a really good time. And Bronwyn is staring at people like she's like 4 feet away from the girls. You can see that the camera's right there. So they're filming the scene and talking. And Bronwyn is just staring at them. And then she's looking at other people at the party. Nobody is engaging with her. And she's just standing there, like breaking down. And then she just says, Kelly, go home. You are not in the right headspace. Why does your husband have you out here looking like this? So Kelly finally goes out to talk to her or whatever. And Kelly is not the person to have this kind of conversation because she doesn't know how to deal with it. Kelly was feeling very uncomfortable when Bronwyn was telling her about her issue. Because as soon as she sat down, she tells Kelly, I'm 30 days sober. And Kelly's like, why'd you quit? Like, you want my kilo? Why be a quitter? Like, that's what she does when she's uncomfortable. She just starts making these jokes because Bronwyn wants to have this like therapy session, and Kelly is just not the person to do that. So everything that she's trying to reveal, and let's be real, have a moment with her, Kelly is not digesting it because she's just uncomfortable. So when her husband comes, she's just like, you should take her home. Because Kelly don't want to deal with that. She doesn't know how. And she probably doesn't even like want to. She's at a party where she's at an event where she's having a good time. She doesn't want to sit here and, listen to Bronwyn. Let's be real. That should have been it for her because she just was not okay. She was not okay. She should have never had that sit down with Gina. She was all over the place. She was not in a space for reconciliation. She just wanted to go after that woman, force her to apologize, and then she could be able to move on. But that's not how this works. That's not how this works. And I'm glad that Gina took the high road. I'm glad that Gina told her that she cared about her and her experience and did not want to, make this situation any harder for her. But she's not going to back down or apologize for feeling a certain way because your husband texts her. That's how she felt. So he did it this one way. He didn't mean to do it, or he was just being a good person to just make sure you got home safely. Well, that wasn't how it was interpreted to her. So you have to be responsible for your delivery and clarifying things, because if you don't have that, anybody could take what you said or did any kind of way. You could be like, oh no, like with Michael Darby. Oh no, it's a fun pat on the butt. I just, I pat them on their butts in like a nice, like fun way. That's what you say. You say it's a nice, fun way, but somebody else could say it's sexual harassment, right? So I'm Team Gina in this situation. I wish Bronwyn's husband would have been more concerned about her and not putting the ladies in their place or the lemonade at this event. And I wish he would have taken her home because she just wasn't in the right space. This entire episode, she's just been crying and breaking down. I mean, listen, I ain't gonna take a check out of nobody's hands, but maybe she could have set this season out. Because, guys, what episode are we in? I think we're in like episode 4. Wait, is it episode 4? Like 3? It's real early in the season, and we are getting multiple Bronwyn breakdowns an episode. This is a lot. It's a lot to take in every episode. Speaking of that, how long are we in to the filming of this season? Because it feels very escalated, you know? Like Bronwyn, first episode, she reveals that she's an alcoholic. Then, like, she's going to AA meetings, inviting the women. Like, she invited Gina to her AA meeting. We'll talk about that. Like, but she's inviting people to her AA meeting. She's, detoxing on her own without help. She's like, now her husband are renewing their vows because she was drunk at their last vow renewal, which was 10 years ago. So she wants to do it again. I'm like, I just feel like we were just introduced to Bronwyn's alcoholism. I'm not gonna say storyline, but I'm not saying it in a shady way, but this is going to be our storyline for the season. Her revealing and dealing and healing, her addiction. How we were introduced to it and where we are at from the introduction to here. I'm like, has this been a year? Like, are we into the next year at this point? Because this seems like a lot for like a couple of days. That's how they're making it seem. But I feel like it's been like 6 or 9 months because everything just escalated. I'm like, how do you go from saying revealing to one person that you're alcoholic to then like having this meltdown at the Shannon's event to now you're bringing plus ones to AA meetings and you're renewing your vows because you were drunk at the last one. A lot has happened. I'm like, are you guys going to move on from her alcoholism? So you're shortening, the experience down for us. I don't know. It just seems like a lot has happened with her alcoholism journey on this season in like 2 episodes. I feel like we got the beginning, the middle, and the end in like 3 hours. I don't know. It's not, something about this is not sitting right with me. And I don't know if the story is inflated. I don't know if it's the editing. I don't know. I don't know if this is something that she already is healing from, which is why it seems like a lot of people don't believe her. Because like I said before, in reality TV shows, although the people on the show could be reenacting something that happened, they get away with calling it reality TV show because while you're filming, real life does happen. And also, it's not a lie that you are getting divorced. I'll just say getting divorced. It's not a lie that you're getting divorced, but you had already filed the papers 6 months ago and the cameras weren't filming. So we're watching you reenact that moment to keep the storyline consistent. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if Bronwyn had already revealed to her family that she had an issue before the show started filming, and they just wanted her to act these scenes out so that we can get a beginning of this story. Now, I'm not saying she's acting the whole time because there's obviously very real scenes, but something is just off about this. It's way too like accelerated for it to be like episode 3. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on there, but it's just like, wow, this is quick. Did we even see her? Like, also, let's talk about how this scene is being filmed and edited. So Bronwyn throws the glass in the pool while calling Shannon's boyfriend's son Lemonade Boy. Ooh, you are an elitist, ma'am, and you don't know it. So that happens. She has a meltdown, takes off running, comes back, has a sit down with Gina, then leaves with her husband. And then Shannon takes the ladies on a tour of her home While she's doing that, Bronwyn is now in workout gear, running on a treadmill. Then the next time we see her, while Shannon is still giving these ladies a tour, she is changed into something else, and her husband are heading out to an AA meeting. How long was this damn party? This party seems very long because a lot has happened with Bronwyn in a day. I'm like, was this like 2 to 3 hours out of Bronwyn's day? Somebody ain't doing the math right, because this is just, it's not adding up. This editing was very, very choppy. Maybe that's it. Or maybe Bronwyn just goes through a lot in a day, because she was going, it was levels. It was levels in her storyline this episode. And then you see the ladies going on a tour of Shannon's rented home. Wealthy people be decking out rentals, having furniture, workout equipment, artwork. That's more than the monthly rent that you are paying for the home. That makes it just seems like such a waste of money. But again, I'm not rich, right? So I don't know. But I'm like, why are you putting all this money into a rental? You could have went to Z Gallery and got the same effect. Not no West Elm. You know what I mean? Mix it up with a little Z Gallery, a little Home Goods, a little Marshalls, a little IKEA. You can have something really cute. Why do you have a oversized painting of yourself hanging in this rental? It obviously wasn't gifted to you, because Shannon goes in the room to show these girls, show the ladies her painting. I'm not, what you say? I'm not a narcissist, but I had to do it in a damn rental. I don't listen. Orange County. Oh, you know what? At my old job, I did work with someone who I work for a Jewish organization, and the organization survived off of dues. So during the recession, a lot of people were not paying their dues. So he was basically somebody who would go around, not to intimidate or anything like that, but he would be the one to like figure out what's going on and how could the organization or the community at large help this person who was struggling financially. So he was always making house visits, and he was just like, Orange County is the biggest poser area that I've ever worked in. He said that everybody had nice cars out in the front of these big, beautiful mansions, and the furniture inside was either non-existent or really, really cheap. He was just like, they just try to keep up with the Joneses there. They're really big about image, but that's just with cars and clothes. When it comes to the home, because they're paying so much rent on it, they're not like focused on the furniture and how it's styled, because they are just keeping up with appearances. So if you see me drive this luxury car that you don't know is leased to this huge mansion that you don't know is rented, you think I have a lot going on than I actually do. That could be it with Shannon. I mean, the place is beautiful. It's a beautiful home, but it was like poorly and densely decorated. You know what I mean? You can see that she was still, it seemed like a little paycheck to paycheck kind of situation, where it's just like, oh, with this next paycheck, I'll get decor for the guest room. It was giving me that. And I'm like, Shannon, you don't have to do that. You got 3 daughters. I think only 2 is actually with you, because the oldest is good and grown. And then you have the other 2 daughters. One is on her way out. You can get a nice little condo like Gina. You don't have 6 kids. You got a man who probably, comes over every now and again. He's not living with her, right? No, he's not. You got a man that'll probably come over every now and again. Get yourself a 3-bedroom condo that you own, so that you're never in a situation where if you and the show don't work out, you're getting evicted at your big age. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Her husband was the money. So maybe she's just making these decisions because she never really had to pay for anything. Maybe that's what it is. But while this tour is going on, Bronwyn is literally going through hell throughout the whole day. And I'm like, how long was this party? And it seemed like everybody was having a really good time because nobody wanted to leave. So maybe it was like 6 hours. even still, that is a lot for 6 hours. Something was weird. Something was weird and off about this. Let's move on from Bronwyn's timeline. I do want to comment. I do want to comment on this because Gina said that Bronwyn's husband was making her feel uncomfortable. I'm not taking that from her because if that's how she felt, that's how she felt. I do think that, especially on a TV show, you have to be very careful about your language and how you are framing situations. I, for one, did not agree with how Bronwyn's husband was being like compared to Gina's husband and what he did to her. Was the dude out of line? Absolutely. From watching this, I didn't think that anybody was in danger. I didn't think that he was going to hit Gina. I didn't think that he was going to harm anybody there. He never raised his voice. You know, he doesn't give me like that confrontational, not confrontational, he doesn't give me that like aggressive kind of macho guy. Like he'll, you know, throw a drink, you know what I mean? But I didn't even think they were getting there. I don't even think it was there, right? I didn't like how the women just started to run with that. It was just like, oh, you're being very aggressive towards her, and this is a trigger. She was in an abusive relationship, and I'm just like, let's not do this to this man, because I don't think that he was, you know, seconds from beating Gina up and dragging her down the steps. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just have to be very, very clear about and very intentional with your words, because you can frame a situation some way and it could really damage a person's image, livelihood. Like I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't like it, because I'm not taking that away from Gina and how she felt. But what your husband did to you is not the same situation with Bronwyn's husband trying to get some camera time. You know, so I just felt like that part. I was like, let's not compare him to your ex-husband, because two totally different animals, two totally different situations. Emily was so happy that her little sassy husband was not in this mess, because Shane, that's the one. Shane loved getting in an argument with a woman. What is up with these husbands? It's always OC. It is always OC. Jersey never gets into it with the wives. The only one from Atlanta was Peter Thomas. The other guys never got into it. They just mind their business and walk away. Beverly Hills had one husband. Lisa Vanderpump's husband. He would get into it with her, defending her with the other ladies. And Dorit's husband. Yeah, it's really New York? Nope. No, Alex McCord's husband, the one that she used to bring everywhere. She's the one that the Countess Luann said, well, you walked in, you stomped into the room in those Herman Munster shoes. And she was just like, that was Gucci. And the Countess was like, darling, even Gucci makes mistakes. Let me tell you something. The early seasons of Atlanta and New York, unmatched. The Countess used to read, honey. Okay. That was the only husband who was fishing for camera time and like getting into it with the ladies. It's mainly OC and Beverly Hills, but it's more OC husbands than anybody else. The OC husbands are messy. They love just like going back and forth and getting into it with the ladies. Y'all don't got nothing. You don't got no businesses to build. Why do you have time or want to engage in a verbal disagreement with a woman? Like, what? You don't got nothing to do. You don't got no ball to play. You don't got a game to watch, a car to fix. Why are you here? And it always never goes well for the wife. I guarantee you, any woman whose husband is always getting into a woman's face, whatever the wife is into something, I'm telling you, every woman who saw that situation has a group chat where they are dragging your husband and you for being with him. The men Never make the woman look good in that situation. It's actually worse off for the woman because everybody got jokes now. Everybody got stuff to say about your husband. Just like, oh girl, let me not say nothing to you because I know your husband is ready to cut me with a razor blade. He don't let nobody say nothing about you, girl. Okay, mess around and he run me over with his car. And you're just gonna get dragged. You're just gonna get dragged all the time about how weak your man is because he can't let nobody say nothing to you, and it just doesn't look. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. You look dumb and you make your wife look dumb. So it's just like, stay out of that. My man would never. My man would never. Like I told you before, I would want my man to be like, listen, are you ready to leave? Because let me know if you're ready to leave. We're not going to let that girl with the raggedy wig tear you down. So if you're ready to go, let's go. If not, I'm gonna take you out of the situation because I don't want you to fight. You know what I mean? Like, do that. I don't need my man to be like, excuse me, what you say about my wife? No, what you say about my wife? Honey, no. I can handle the women. If a dude is walking up on me, that's when I need you to say something. But the women, I don't need you pulling off your rings. You know what I mean? Taking off your jacket, getting ready to body slam a chick because she said something about me. Then I'm gonna have a problem with you. No, not my man. Anyway, you know what? And even though I think that Bronwyn and her husband are very wrong for how they came at Gina, about how Gina felt about something that Bronwyn's husband did, you can't take that from her, right? Although I think that she was in the right and I don't think she did anything wrong, I do think that her reaction to the text was a huge assumption because of how open Bronwyn is about her sex life and the sexual things that she does with her husband. I do think that Gina interpreted that winky face in a sexual manner. It could have been, it could not have been, but you don't know what was his intentions behind it because all you have is that text. He never said as soon as she wakes up we're coming over and we want to do a gangbang. He never said anything like that, but you assume those situations because of how open they are, and because of that you're instantly thinking, oh, they want me to be in the threesome. He could have just been trying to make sure that you were home, you got home safely. But we all know, men, he was probably texting you to fill you out, to see how you would respond, to see would you be game with the going back and forth with the text messages. Oh, we all know men. So maybe that could have been it. It probably was. But even still, you can't make assumptions out of facts that you never received. Like he never said anything about having a threesome with you, but you all of a sudden assumed that you were that couple's type. I would have been like, excuse, no, girl. He was not trying to sleep with you. Not on his worst day. Okay. My husband will bang a cadaver before he bangs you. Don't flatter yourself, Ma. Don't flatter yourself. So I am Team Gina on this situation, but I do think that her assumptions were not enough to, leap to this conclusion that they want to have sex with you, because then that's how you are relaying the information to other people that you talk to about this situation with. So that was my only thing. I didn't like her whole comments. Well, he sent that text and they're so free and freaky and love and free love. I thought it was something else. That's what you thought, but that wasn't said. You need to deal with what was said. So yeah. Kelly, can we talk about Kelly? There's something going on with how she continues to talk about sex with the men in her life. I think because it's very obvious that she's dating these older men for money and, trying to marry them or whatever for money. So I think she tries to talk about how sexually, I don't want to say sexually consistent, but she talks a lot about how, they're very sexual in the bed, and, they can go for hours, and we do a lot of stuff. And I think she's trying to justify the fact that she's with him because she really likes him and the sex is great and he takes care of her and he's a yes man, not because he has money. So I think she's trying to do this thing where, oh, he has sex like a young guy, but he's not, right? So I think because he's 60 years old, and looks like a 60-year-old man, right? She wants to be like, oh no, I'm with him because the sex is good, and yeah, he loves me like this. Ladies, we don't care, right? We will still watch this show. We will still support you securing the bag. The times have changed. We're no longer so caught up on women being these perfect virginal people, and like, women have evolved. So you can be a CEO and you could also be a CEO. You know what I mean? Like, you could do whatever, and we as women will still support you. You don't have to come up with these stories and lies and inflate the truth to justify this relationship. We see what it is. We're okay. You should be okay. um but because I think that's why she's doing it. Oh, he says the sex is so good and he's doing all that. Yeah, and he does this to me and that to me. Oh yeah, I'm with him because the sex is so great. You're with him for the money. That's why you keep on telling us every time that he works for Fox and he makes a lot of money. Like, that's why you're there, girl. That's okay. That's okay. A lot of marriages today are arrangements. Okay. You pay the rent, you take care of the bills, I'll take care of you and them big headed kids. That's how it goes. Oh, we talked about Shannon. Did we? Did we talk about? Oh, we didn't. But my thing is, I kind of touched on it briefly. But Shannon is the type of person who, she's a lot like Bronwyn's husband, which is why I can't believe they got into that argument. But she loves the drama. She loves the attention. She feeds off of the mess. I think she's creating a lot of situations on the show that don't necessarily need to happen because she wants camera time. Because Shannon is not friends with a lot of these ladies. They're co-workers, right? But a lot of these other ladies actually do hang out and actually are friends or friendly in some way. She aligned herself with the Trace Amigas, so she never really got to know anybody. And I think she's come on this season like, I have to, get buddy buddy with them very early, or else I won't be in any scenes. So I think she's overcompensating and doing the most to stay in the scene, and is coming off really awkward, like she doesn't fit. And she's also somebody who really craves attention, which is another reason why I don't understand why she and Bronwyn are not working out, because she does this act where she doesn't want you to compliment her, but she really does. And it's not convincing anybody that she doesn't want you to say these, amazing accomplishments that she has done. But she does this act where she thinks she's convinced you that you really want her to stop. But if you do stop, she'll have a problem with you, right? So her boyfriend is congratulating her for being the CEO of this lemonade company. And she's like, stop it, girl. You love it. You love the attention. You love the mess and the drama, which is why when Bronwyn called you to invite you to her vow renewal, you kept on trying to create a fight. Like, she kept on trying to make a fight with a girl, because I think this is the only way that Shannon can stay in scenes, can continue to film on the show, can continue to get a lot of camera time. If she's not doing that, these women are not like reaching out to hang with her, because she didn't do that to them. So I feel like if she can't hang, she'll create some mess and she'll create some drama, because Bronwyn is calling her, extending an olive branch, because these two are not close. And she's trying to, and she also, lost it at her lemonade event and called her her boyfriend's son Lemonade Boy. And so she calls her and she wants her to be there. And Shannon's just like, I gotta think about that, because I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. No, when I didn't like it. And Brown was like, you know what? Maybe you heard something differently, but I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again. I won't say anything about it. I want to move on from it. I won't mention it. I won't say anything. I just want us to move on. So are you going to come to my vow renewal? I really want you there. I want the kids to, yeah, about that. You invited me. You invited my kids. You invited my boyfriend, and you invited his kids as well. But I'm not a liar. And I don't like that. I don't like that. And also, you called my boyfriend's son Lemonade Boy. Look, why would you? Like, I don't. Lemonade Boy? Ma'am, you are making a mountain out of a molehill. Was what Bronwyn said to that kid, elitist? Absolutely. But Bronwyn is an unaware elitist. She does not get it. She says stuff that she thinks is, I think Bronwyn thinks like she's just kind of, Bronwyn gives me privileged OC mom who thinks that she's a liberal woman in Manhattan. Like she thinks that she is coming off like a Carol from the Real Housewives of New York. But you're coming off as a Carol from the Real Housewives of Orange County. You know what I mean? Like I think that she thinks that she is somebody who's very open and gets the people, because her mother wears these faux locks that she buys from Clears and stuffs in her head, and dresses like the poor man's Betsy Johnson. I was trying to say something else, but Mom, that's what I got, right? So she's just, she thinks that she's this very open and progressive person. And it's like, no, girl, you serving conservative soccer mom from from Orange County. That's what you're giving. But I don't think that she sees herself that way, because it didn't compute to her that calling that boy, that man, Lemonade Boy. You know what I mean? Oh no, well, he was wearing lemonade. He was wearing a lemonade shirt. So I said, Lemonade Boy, can you get my husband? You can't walk over there and get your husband. First of all, Lemonade Boy is better than me. I would have never answered to that. I would have never Lemonade Girl. I would have been like, I know you're not talking to me. My name's Nikki. You know what? You can call me Miss Star. How about that? What do you need? Oh, you want me to go fetch your husband? What's wrong with your feet? Are you impaired? Because I'll do it. Is something going on? Oh, no, you're fine. You just don't want to walk over there and get them? Well, too damn bad. Excuse me. Does anybody want a lemonade? How dare you? It was, you could tell he felt some sort of way because he said it. And then Shannon's daughter was just like, don't let nobody talk to you like that. Why didn't you say anything back to her? Perfect response. Perfect response. Because it was ugly, Bronwyn. It really, really was. Lemonade Boy, can you go fetch my husband? Who you talking to? But I don't think she knows that that's who she is. Like, that's how she's coming off. Her thing was, oh, well, he was wearing a lemonade shirt. And he's a boy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's like Dorinda. Dorinda's first season on The Real Housewives of New York, she was introduced to us at a restaurant with Ramona. And there was just this, Black patron walking by, and she says, oh, thank you. And she gives him his coat. The way that Black man looked at her, he was like, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you worked here. And he was just like, he never said a word. He just rolled his eyes so hard they would have went in the back of his head, because Dorinda just assumed. She saw a Black man and she assumed that he was a coat check guy. But to her, it was just like, oh no, well, you were standing there. So I thought, no, there were white people walking around. You saw that brother, you said, oh, must be the coat checker. The way he looked at her, she was so embarrassed. She would, because it was also caught on camera. And she, wants everybody to think that she's like this huge, non-elitist liberal, right? But you're not. You're not, right? And that's, listen, it's your demographic. It's how you grew up. It's, you come from money and you see, or not come from money, but you've been in money so long, you're probably used to seeing only people of color and serving, service work, child service work position. So maybe that's where that came from. But it's like, Bronwyn, Dorinda, even Carol act like that they are not these elitist people, but they really are. They really, really are. And Bronwyn still doesn't know what she did wrong. Although I think Shannon inflated the situation for screen time, I do think that it was right for her to address that comment that was made, because it obviously bothered her boyfriend's son enough that he repeated it, and he repeated it in a way where he felt less than. That's how Bronwyn made him feel, and she should have said something. But my thing is, if you're going to speak on it and you have these issues with it, don't end the conversation making Bronwyn think that everything is cool. And then right after that conversation, you're talking to your boyfriend saying that you have a problem with people who don't trust you, or people who said that you said things that you said that you didn't say. And she's just like, I don't like when anybody calls me a liar. I don't like it. I don't like. Girl, why did you squash everything with Bronwyn then and say that you were coming, if you still have an issue with her? So what are you going to do? You're going to run up on the girl at her vow renewal. Yes, she acted mad ghetto at your lemonade release in your rented backyard. I get it, right? But what you're not going to do is show up to this woman's vow renewal with some mess. If you still had an issue, you should have squashed it before you got off the phone, because getting off the phone and then talking about an issue that you still have a problem with, that you have the opportunity to fix, is on you. That is not on Bronwyn, because you made her believe that everything is cool when it actually isn't. But again, Shannon needs to stay messy, to stay on this show, and to stay in as many scenes that she can, which is why I'm probably not believing a lot of her meltdowns that we'll see this season. I think she's just putting in work because she needs that check. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who did Gina, before I leave out of this episode, yeah, that Gina's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, I have in my notes. I'm so shady. Gina is better than me. No, I have in my notes that Bronwyn is better than me, because as soon as Shannon started talking that ish, I would have rescinded my invite. Absolutely. Bronwyn had every right to rescind that invite, but she didn't. But yeah, it wouldn't have been me, Bronwyn. It wouldn't have been me. I would like to end this talking about Gina. I love her this season. I mean, I never had any beef or problems with her being on the show before. I always said that I didn't think she fit the Real Housewives of Orange County. I still feel that way. I think that Gina is better suited for Jersey, not New York, Jersey. But having said that, she's on this show, so she makes it work. I so far have really enjoyed her. Really, really have. She's been taking a lot of this stuff in stride. I feel like after her divorce, or after whatever happened to her last season, I feel like Homegirl has been putting in the work. And I'm seeing a great difference in her and how she is on screen, how she leads out in situations. She's the youngest person in this cast, but she is leading out in such a mature, kind of matriarch of the group way. The way she talked to Bronwyn was so beautiful when she did not have to, because Bronwyn and her husband was harassing her. The way she extended an olive branch, not only to her ex-husband, but also his new girlfriend, who is she an overlapper? Was she the girlfriend before while they were still married? Anyway, I still think it's huge. I still think it's huge of her to do that. And you can tell that she's doing that for her children. She doesn't want to have the separate birthday party thing. So she said, for our daughter's birthday, I want you, or you can come over and you can bring, I want you to come over and you can bring your girlfriend. And you can tell he felt bad, right? But you can also tell that he was shocked and excited that she would allow that to happen because, or, allow him to come back into the home and also bring his girlfriend because of the last time he was in the home, not the, her condo, but the last time he was in a home that they shared together, he beat her up. She does not have to do this, guys. She does not have to do this. She doesn't have to talk to him. She doesn't have to invite him over, but she's looking out for her children. She is really a lesson in grace. I'm seeing such a mature and just wise and graceful Gina this season. And I just really love it. I really, really do. I am enjoying her this season. Although I think it's not the smartest thing to move in a guy that you just started dating along with his children to your condo, but that's your condo. You know what I mean? You're the only owner on this show. Um, I'm liking her storyline. I'm just liking who she has become. She really, really has. Yes, she has a small condo, but it's hers, and she's an owner. She is owning something before Shannon happened, because even Shannon's last house that she shared with David, that big house that they had, that was something that they had bought, but the second one was a rental. And now she's in another rental. Ain't nothing wrong with renting, but when you're faking like you got all this money, it comes off that you are keeping up with the Joneses for no reason whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter. Yes, these franchises started out as, shows are about affluent women and, affluent cities and states and towns. Yes, that's how it started. But, life happens. And these women get divorced, or, recession hits, or, some business that they had tanks. And, the money's change. Right. So Gina doesn't have all the money as everybody else, but she has something that's hers. And even when she heard the way that people were talking about her home, she felt some sort of way, but she said, you know what? I don't care what you guys say about me. I know you think my home is small. I don't care. I love it. And it's mine. I'm enjoying her. And she could have dragged Shannon's apartment. She could have dragged Shannon's home, but she wouldn't. She said it was beautiful. I don't know. Gina, I'm enjoying her. I really, really am enjoying her because she's just, I don't know, she's just very mature to me, and not in like a bad way, like a very, wise kind of way. She's enjoyable to watch on this show, and I'm really shocked because y'all know I think that OC has nothing to offer concerning their competition. But and I always thought this casting was a bit off. But I like her. I like watching her on the show. I still think that she's a better fit in Jersey. But as an overall person, I enjoy watching her journey because to me, she's literally building off of ashes. And look, what she has been able to do. Because if you remember last year, she was going through a lot. She was, getting, DUIs and, posting really weird kind of erratic videos on Instagram. But look at her now. Look at her now. I'm proud of you, Gina, and I really like you. I really like you on the show. Good job so far. Now, if you were just here for the review, I'm here to let you know the review ends right now. Now we're going to get into the chit chatter. What do we talk? Oh, child. I'm afraid to take this, to put this on my, y'all know I'll put it on my neck and my chest and it knocks me out right away. I don't want to do it because I can't go to sleep without knowing how Georgia is doing. I'm obsessed with Georgia. Absolutely upset. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What did you guys think of this episode? Oh, Misty Winter, Shannon reaches all the time, but I think it's intentional. I think that she is reaching because she has to stay involved and engaged in this girls group, or she will not have any, a camera time. Her scenes will be cut drastically because Shannon made a distance between herself and the other women when she joined up with the Trace Amigas. Now she's back on the show. Without them, she has a lot of ground to cover. So she'll over exaggerate and inflate situations and be very emotional and have breakdowns and, bring David up because she got a lot of work to do with these ladies. She has a lot of ground to cover, and it's easier to do that if they're sympathizing with you and feeling bad for you and, wanting to not deal with it. but to move on from it because it's making them and you uncomfortable. So if you're, acting like a plumb fool and fledgling in every scene and saying, well, David did this and David did this and David left me with this and my daughters, the ladies won't address how you mistreated them for seasons because you're having an issue. Do I think Brownman does the same thing? Absolutely. But I give her grace because we're literally watching Bronwyn detox from liquor. And I've never been through that. I've seen it. I've seen, family members change drastically, be a little erratic and not nice, but the results are worth it. I mean, I deal with that with them again, just to see them healthy and healed today. So I give her grace with that. But Shannon, I think she's being very intentional and she's trying to be slick to just give herself scenes on the show. Missy, you think that Gina is still in love with Matt? This episode, I got that she had moved on from him. I felt like she was like really, out of it. Like not out of it, but like out of that, space where she wanted to reconcile, because again, she was doing it just for her children. I don't think that Gina wanted to reconcile with Matt because she felt like she felt like there was something that could be salvaged, or she was still in love with him. I think she stayed for her children, and I think she stayed for security because she's been with him since she was 14 years old. I don't think she wanted to deal with the unknown without him dealing with everything, without him protecting her, without him, leading her. I don't think she wanted to deal with that. But after, he assaulted her and all of the stuff that he put her through within the span of a few weeks, like he had been doing her dirty for, probably their entire relationship while they were out here in the OC, and while she was in the OC with the kids and he was in LA. So he was probably doing her dirty that whole time. But to not only cheat on her and violate that trust in your marriage, then to also physically harm her. I think she had enough. I think she had enough. And she got out and she did what was best for her. Loving her this season. Micheline, not only was Simon messy, he did not like Tamara. He did not like her. I never seen him smile, never seen him compliment her. He was always, telling her what to do, like trying to change her into like this classy, housewife who's from pedigree. That's not who she is. That's who he wanted, but that's not who Tamara is. And although Tamara is messy, I'm glad she got out of that relationship. That wasn't good for her. Oh yeah, I forgot about Potomac with Michael Darby, one of the messy husbands. But I think in the Orange County, they just have a larger percentages of husbands who get into fights with the ladies. Kelly always getting the husbands together. They know not to try her, Jazzy Go. I'm sorry, not Jazzy, Gina Maxey. Jazzy Go said, but how was Gina being what I think he meant so high and mighty when she just got a DUI last season? What? Oh, you know what? I didn't get her being high and mighty, right? I think that she was being a friend and having a conversation with Emily. Listen. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Gina and Emily were in the car and they were talking about Bronwyn's alcoholism and how she's acting. I think Emily does not believe Bronwyn is an alcoholic. I think she wants to say that, but she knows that she can't, or it will get really messy for her, right? And she doesn't want the fan base to turn on her because she wants to stay on the show, and she doesn't want to be perceived as someone who Sorry, I thought I was going to burp. Didn't happen. She also doesn't want to be perceived as someone who does not believe women, does not support women, and thinks that uh, that somebody who is an addict is faking alcoholism. I'll be very honest. From the way this is filmed to me, from the way Bronwyn is leading out on this season, it looks at points in Gina's story, it gives me storyline. Not sure. I think it was the AA for me. When she started inviting all of these people to AA, I was like, didn't you just go yesterday? Something is just not adding up in her story. So that's what I think is happening with Emily. I think she wants to say that Bronwyn is faking, but she doesn't want to be Munchausen. She doesn't want to, be the one to do that to another cast member. So I think she's doing her best to not say anything about it. But her and Gina are so close. When you get with your girlfriend, you just start talking. So I think of little by little, it was coming out that she doesn't believe her, or that she thinks that Bronwyn manipulates people with her alcoholism to get sympathy from them, so that she's not calling on her bad behavior. I agree with that, and I said that before on my last review. And I think Emily was talking, and I think Gina was choosing her words very, very wisely. And I think that she did not agree. But you don't want to upset your friend. You don't want to, seem like you're not supporting her. But I felt like Gina was being very careful while Emily was being very messy. So to me, that meant either she did not agree with what Kelly said, or she knew this was on camera and she was being very careful about her image. So I don't think she's being high and mighty. I think she was just trying to, not look like she's trying to not say something in this scene, right? You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't want you to be aware that she knows that what Emily is saying is wrong, but she also doesn't want to look like she supports it. Because if she calls Emily out on camera, Emily gets sensitive about doing that, and then she doesn't trust her, and the relationship is in a bad place all over again. So yeah, I didn't get high and mighty from her. I got her, having a messy conversation with her friend, but walking lightly, because she doesn't want to mess up her brand and what she can get out of the show and what the show has provided for her. I think she was being very, very protective over that, but it didn't give me high and mighty. I think it was just being very protective, and also, not trying to say that this is wrong, but not giving your friend all this conversation and back and forth. She's probably hoping that Gina is not, that Gina catches on that, all right, if I'm giving you one word answers, that means what you're saying is problematic. Shut up. But you don't want to say that, and then your friend be this person who said something problematic on camera. So if you don't address it, then you don't look like somebody who called it out, because it could grow and the fan base could have a problem with that. And, it could just look ugly. So I think she was trying to protect herself and her friend by not really engaging in the conversation, because when she would stare at a certain way. But Emily was ready to drag Bronwyn. You see what I mean? Hope I explained that. I did say a lot to explain that, but I think she was being careful, and I think that she didn't want to call it out, because she didn't want to then label Emily as somebody who doesn't support and believe women. Jazzy Go. Shannon was so full of it, though. Shannon was the one who brought up the house stuff to Bronwyn, which triggered her. Bronwyn was doing okay. Then Shannon is like, you ruined my party. She's another one who is the author of their own chaos. Oh gosh, you guys are comparing Bronwyn to Ramona? Ciao. Oh yeah, I know Shannon said that. Shannon definitely said that her house was sad, little sad home. Because Shannon thinks she's funny. She thinks she's funny, so she's always trying to do something in those confessionals. It's just like, I'm not gonna walk across the park like a chicken. Nobody got it? Because chickens, they walk funny when they walk across the park, and I walk like that because I got a bum leg. No, nobody got it. Okay. That's what Shannon gives me. It's like she says these things because she thinks she's, the next Dave Chappelle, that she's giving up these zingers. It never lands, mama. It never lands, and you continue to do it. Yeah, Gina admitted it. She was like, yeah, well, my house is small, but it's mine and I own it. Oh, Micheline, as soon as I get off with you guys, which is soon, I'm going to be stalking Georgia again. I can't go to sleep until I know for sure. Yes, Gina. Gina Maxey said Gina owned her DWI on Watch What Happens Live. I like Gina too this year. Yeah, something's different about her. I don't know if is she going to therapy? I think she's going to therapy. She's been doing the work. There is something that she is doing that is really working for her. She's very evolved now, very likable. Like she's holding her own. I think she came in as somebody who wanted the women to like her. It could be that she's just comfortable now, and she realizes that she doesn't have to do this whole pomp and circumstance to make these ladies like her because she's solidified on this show now. I think she finally feels like a main cast member. So maybe she's not working so hard at being likable to the other women and like putting up this facade. I think that maybe now she's able to be Gina. And we like Gina. We like Gina. We don't like Gina trying to be like these rich OC housewives. We like Gina being Gina. And I think the real Gina is just very likable. Very likable. And it's like the real Gina who has matured drastically. I am enjoying her this season. Oh, thank you, Tasha. It's my favorite shirt. I cut it like this because I got it from the Target men's section, and the collar was like this. Do men have little necks? I'm like, why is the neck so tight? So I had to cut it. Jazzy Go said, I just wish they were a little bit more. I just wish they were a little more kind. Like Bronwyn is not well. Like just say, hey girl, you suck sometimes, but are you okay? Let's get you out of here. Everybody has needed that. I agree. And unfortunately, the one person who was actually responsible for doing that for Bronwyn, her husband, loves the mess and the drama so much he won't run away from it. He won't run away from it. Micheline, I did not. I did not rest well on election day. I tried to, right? But my mom was in the living room watching CNN, and she was reacting so much. I just told her, I was like, you know what? Well, I'm just going to come out here and see what's happening because you are stressing me out with your reactions. So I ended up watching everything to about 4 a.m., taking a 5 hour, not yeah, I went to sleep for about 5 hours. I was going to say 5 hour nap, but I think like a nap is like a 1 or 2 hours. So I slept for 5 hours, then I woke up again and I was just engaged in the election, and then I went to sleep again for like 3 or 4 more hours. Then I woke up, got ready, went out to IKEA to just get my head out of this space, and then I came home and did this. So I get my body does shut down. Oh God, I have to I'm doing good though. I'm doing good because normally right around here is so dark, guys. Right around here, especially when I'm not getting a lot of sleep, but I'm telling you that Neutrogena rapid tone repair vitamin C serum doing a damn thing. Guys, Guys, it's really good. I want to do a review on it soon so you guys can see how it works. I think you guys will like it. I really, really do. Is it something that I will buy again because it was sent to me? Is it something that I will buy again? I'm not sure because I have so many other face products that I really enjoy. I'm an old Henriksen hoe. I love their products, but Neutrogena is doing a damn thing. But while I have it, I'm going to use it because it's a great product. Not sure if I'll buy it, but I do know that it really did something to my under eye circles. Is it called dark under eye circles and my hyperpigmentation. You all know that I was dealing with the sunglasses tan, where like this was extremely dark, like everywhere around my sunglasses was like really, really dark. like right here and right here. But I'm feeling like it's even. It's giving me even. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Oh, somebody said Gina Maxie said in real life, Gina lost weight and got a haircut. Listen, especially as you get older, your weight fluctuates. So if Gina wanted to lose weight, good for her. I'm glad she was able to do that. I'm more excited about the freaking haircut. Whoo! Is it this bob thing? I like her with a bob, but she needs volume. Her bob is just like really thin and like right here. Also, can we talk about her angles in her confessional? I feel like her confessional is being done with a green screen and an iPhone because it seems like she's always looking like I feel like the angle is like she's sitting here and the angle is like down here. The angle is down with the iPhone and she's like looking down to do it. And for some reason, because of the angle of this camera, she looks like a giant. And Gina's not like this tall, you know, gargantuous, gargantuous person, but she looks like a giant, like Michelle Collins. If you guys watched 90 Day Fiance, the live show that they had where Michelle Collins would host it, they had her at such a weird angle that it looked like she was a 7-foot woman and like a tiny school desk chair because of the angle that I had her at. And I felt so sorry for the woman because every episode she was just like, I promise you, I'm not that tall. I promise you, I'm not that big. But she looked like a giant. And I think it's the angle. And that's the same thing with Gina in her confessionals. The angle is terrible, absolutely terrible. Yes, Ryan Rain said yes. It looked like the fish islands a little. Head and hands. Her hands look huge. I hate that angle of her confessional. Oh, speaking of confessionals, confessional looks. Hold on. Kelly looks amazing in this confessional. Hold on. Can you see it? Oh, Nikki. No, it's better over here. So good. So good, guys. Look how good she looks. I loved it. Oh, it's good. Oh, come on. Come on. Boobs are sitting nice. This is a really gorgeous dress. I love her earrings. The hair is great. The makeup is perfection. This is the best confessional look that I've seen from Kelly. The best. All of her other confessional looks, it looks like she just got jumped at her own baby shower. She just does not look right. She does not. I'm like, why? Why are they dressing you like this? But that confessional look, perfection. Perfection. Whoever did her hair and makeup and styling for that confessional, you need to keep them, mama. Work with them for everything, even your scenes, not just your confessional. Oh, Jazzy, I want Heather Dubrow to come back too. She was so good. The only reason why I was happy for her to go is because she never respected Kelly and she just tormented her. She always tormented Kelly, and I did not like that. She just would not accept her. Yes, Gina. Yeah, absolutely, Jazzy. Jazzy said Kelly is a beautiful woman, but problematic. Listen, outside of the show, I wouldn't hang out with a Kelly. You know what I mean? She's problematic. She's extremely problematic. On this show, she's such a good addition. She really, really is. She's funny to watch. She is unpredictable. You know what I mean? You don't know what she's going to give you, but she's going to give you a show. I do think that I thought Elizabeth Vargas, I really thought I liked her. Not saying that I don't. I mean, like, liked her for the show. But for some reason, she's disappearing from me. Elizabeth is disappearing from me. She doesn't feel like she's a part of this cast just yet. I don't know what it is. This lineup, right? This cast for this season is also really, really awkward. It just doesn't seem like any of them fit or work together. It just seems like if it wasn't this show, these women would not be hanging out or like building friendships. They just seem like an odd casting for this show. Who? Ryan Reigns. Who are you talking about? Who will be punished for their insensitivity? Are you talking about Kelly? I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Kelly at this point hasn't. We have to be very honest. There's three communities that she cannot say anything about. She can't say anything about the Jewish community, the Black community, or the LGBTQ community. That's it for her. Concerning Bravo and how the exec works, like she would be, she'd be done. I think anything else, they're going to let a lot of it slide. Yeah, Jazzy Ghost said Elizabeth is too neutral for reality TV, but I really like her, even though it looks like she's at a derby. Elizabeth needs a stylist. Oh my God, she dresses like an American Girl doll. Every time she shows up to something, I'm like, what are you doing? You know what? It's an American Girl doll. If she robbed an Ivy Park, you know what I mean? It looks like sometimes she looks like an American Girl doll, and then other times she shows up to the scenes and she looks like an American Girl doll in Ivy Park. It just doesn't, like, what is going on with the looks? And she's constantly talking about how poor she grew up, and it never computes to what's happening in the scene. You know what I mean? Because Shannon could be talking about her boyfriend and how she loves him and he's such a better person than her husband. And Elizabeth will be like, I grew up in a trailer. I know what you're talking about. I didn't have any money. We ate expired meat out of Walmart. So I know what it's like to have a boyfriend. What are you talking about? Again, I don't think this is on the women. I think it's the editing. The editing this season is really, really off. Really, really off, because Elizabeth's confessionals never match what's happening in the scene. It never does. So something is off there. Something is really, really off. Oh, Ryan Reigns, yeah. That's why I was not excited for Elizabeth. Because one, it seemed like she was unwell in those Instagram stories that she was posting. And two, we don't need that kind of viewpoint on another reality TV show for Bravo. We have that a lot, and that's starting to hurt that network. So, especially in this season, I don't think that would have went well for the viewers if she did it on camera. I mean, not on camera. She did it on camera, her camera. But if that was on the show, I don't think it would have went well for her. So yeah, I saw that drunk wife stuff, and I saw her apology right after. Shady, Maxie. They're extremely shady. And then we're talking about coronavirus this episode a little bit, with Kelly talking about how it's not real. But again, she's, about to marry a Fox contributor, a Fox News contributor. So nobody's shocked there. Jazzy Go, my question is, most of the girls can see Shannon saying sad house, especially Kelly. And she said it and no one's seen. So why are they so mad about Braun for saying it? Ooh, if you know that wasn't Shannon's nature. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know who Bronwyn pissed off before this season started, but it just seems like a pylon. It seems like everybody's going to have a problem with Bronwyn at some point, and I'm not sure why, but we'll see. We'll see, because again, this is the biggest drama outside of Bronwyn's alcoholism, is somebody making a comment about Gina's small condo. They're going to have to give me something else. They're going to have to give me something else. Oh God, look at this, my collagen. Guys, I have got to get some rest. But I'm not. I'm actually I'm actually going to get out of here. Not because I have anywhere to go, but I have to watch them Georgia numbers come in. I have to. I think my mom's going to force me to go to sleep. We'll see. We'll see. But I got to get some rest. I have to get some rest. Yeah, me too, Annie. I got to get out of here. Annie said, have to go to work, but thanks for this, Nikki. Was seriously afraid of the news. I wouldn't wake up today. Instead, I got a Nikki live. It really picked up my mood. You always make me smile. Thank you, guys. You too. You too, guys. You really, really do. Oh, Jazzy Go. Who's the Monique of the season? Oh, Bronwyn. Oh, Jazzy Go says she's really the Monique of this season. You see why they're friends now, Monique and Bronwyn. Oh, that's what that was. The whole publicity stunt on Instagram. So that's them saying, oh, we're the outsiders. Neither one of you guys take accountability. You all use issues that are important to people and that people care about concerning your life to manipulate sympathy, but you never take responsibility. Oh, that I'm doing all of that because now I'm finally starting to feel great. You still were wrong with what you did to Gina. Let's not talk about your alcoholism when it's time for you to take responsibilities for things that you have done that have hurt people. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you guys for joining me. I am going to get some sleep. Ryan. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to close my eyes. We will see. But thank you guys for spending the night with me and letting me get my mind off of this mess. Keep me in your prayers, please. I'll keep you in mind. And my people who are joining us from outside of the country, keep America in your prayers, girls and guys, and everybody in between, because we are going through it. All right. Love you guys. See you when? Oh, tomorrow for Southern Charm, right? No, not tomorrow. I'm watching Southern Charm tomorrow. No, The Bachelorette. Ciao. I gotta get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow for The Bachelorette. I heard that episode is going to be spicy. I cannot wait. That's why I'm doing it after the episode, the live after the episode, because I just heard that there's going to be so much unexpected things happening. Not just Tay Tay showing up, but a lot of other stuff that's going to happen next this episode. And yeah, I just feel like I'm going to have to talk about it right away. Right away. Oh, Ashby, I'm tired. I done had a whole meltdown with a spider. I can't get my words right, but Ashby 313 said, "Thank you, Nikki from Georgia. Thank you, Ashby 313." No, I'm gonna go to bed. I need to go to bed. Thank you, sis. We're praying for you. We are praying for you. We know that you're going to give us some good results. Jazzy Go. I think things will definitely change. I think because of how, Jazzy Go said, do you think that things will change a lot with Biden in office? I think that things will change significantly because this administration leaving out will not be the same will not be the same administration going in. They have polaring views and different ways in leadership. So it's going to be extremely different. But I also think that Biden's campaign, not Biden's campaign, that his cabinet is going to be extremely diverse because at the end of the day, minority politicians in battleground states gave him this win. He also has to I don't know what he's going to do. He's definitely going to be a unifying president, and that's what I want. Listen, we're not all going to agree. Unfortunately, we're going to have to share this land with hideous races. It just is what it is. However, when we have a unifying leader, this nation is a lot more bearable. You know what I mean? Like, you're already going through so much, At least the head of household is trying to bring us together. So I think he'll be a unifying president, which is what we need. But I also think that his cabinet is going to be extremely diverse because diverse politicians, diverse cities, and minority communities really brought this home for the Biden-Harris ticket. And Biden owes a lot to the Black community, especially Black women. And so I think Stacey Abrams is going to be a part of his cabinet. I think that Jim Clyburn, in some kind of way, is going to be a part of his cabinet. I think we're going to have a lot of Latinos in his cabinet. One, because his outreach to mainly white Latinos was really, really bad. but black and brown Latinos really gave him the win. So he's going to have, like, his cabinet is going, I think it's probably going to be even more diverse than Obama's, because it was, let me tell y'all something. Minorities did this. Minorities, Latinos, and do we call Native Americans minorities? Brown communities, Latinos and Native Americans in Arizona, and Cindy freaking Kane. Whatever Cindy want, you better give it to her. You owe her a huge debt. Cindy put in work, okay? Cindy McCain, Mexican Americans and Native Americans in Nevada and Arizona did what they had to do for that man. So he's going to have to, he's going to be a unifying president, but he's definitely going to have to cater to the communities that made this happen for him, because he wasn't even in the game until Jim Clyburn said, all right, let me put my house shoes on and get to work. And then Stacey Abrams was just like, sure, no problem. Let me go ahead on and turn Georgia blue. What? Georgia is going blue because of Stacey freaking Adams. So that woman got to get something. 3 people that I think need to get something from him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a political position. I don't know if he's going to grease some palms. Whatever it is, you got to do it. Jim Clyburn, Stacey Adams, and Cindy McCain. He owes them a huge debt. A huge debt. Speaking of communities, Black communities, specifically, no shade, Black men, Black communities, you're going to get it too, but we did this. Black woman did this. So he's going to do something for us. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I was going to say loan. No loan. We need to get some grants. You know what I mean? And Mexican and Native Americans on the West Coast. He's going to do something. He's going to have to do something for those communities. So I think his cabinet is going to be extremely diverse in a very good way, but I think it's 3 people that specifically outside of communities that if they're not in the cabinet, he's doing something for them, because Abrams, Clyburn, and McCain did that for him. They opened that door for that dude and kicked it wide open and let him skip to that president position. So yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Black person from the inner city. I don't really see any politician making my life better. Will it be less stressful? Sure. But I come from a people who has consistently been oppressed in this nation, because we are a community that doesn't assimilate, right? So a lot of immigrants and a lot of Latinos are able to assimilate into whiteness. Black people are not anti-white, but we're very proud of who we are. So we don't really fall in line. So I think that's a reason why we continue to have oppression issues in this nation, because if we're not falling in line, then we're a threat, which is far from the truth. All we want is to stop, it's the system to stop killing us and incarcerating us. We're not asking for much. Not asking for much, but welcome to America. But yeah, I think he's going to be extremely better than what we have. But I don't really look to no politician to save us. I look to the communities. That's the thing, guys. My hope is that the American people realize their power. I think Americans get comfortable and let so many horrible things go because we get comfortable. And I don't think we should ever get comfortable until everybody is free, everybody is equal in this nation. The good people who are in the fight, listen, the fight, you will get weary, right? But be not weary in well doing. Keep going. But I don't think we have the time to get comfortable. There's no time to get comfortable anymore. I think after Trump gets out, we can take a little break. We've been through a lot, but even still, don't take too long. You know what I mean? Because there's still a lot of work to be done. I forget what it was. I'll talk about, I'm going to do another live about everything that I've looked up politically and, done myself and how I voted or whatever in California. But there was a Jim Crow law that was dismantled, that was voted against. I think it was in South or North Carolina. There are freaking people who are still living under Jim Crow laws in hugely populated black red states. Let me tell you something. If you have a huge population, a huge black population, and the state is red, voter suppression is happening. Voter suppression is happening. Ain't no way Mississippi should ever go red. Ain't no way, but it does every time. Ain't no way Lindsey Graham should be the should still have the Senate seat in South Carolina. Voter suppression. Anyway, Mama went on her rants. You know what you're getting when you come here. You know what you're getting when you come here. And yeah, that's another thing, Jazz. We also have to be prepared for Trump not wanting to leave and doing some stuff. So we're going to be in this for a while. We really, really are. I'm just looking forward to getting a break from the absolute stress that this administration causes me every day. I had to block him out of, I blocked so many words. Trump, White House. Like, I've never blocked the freaking president. I blocked the president, the first lady, the entire cabinet. Like, it was doing so much to me. Y'all know I started losing my hair. Like, I was not doing well under this administration. Because listen, I'm a Sagittarius. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very sensitive. You know what I mean? I can't see people in pain, communities in pain, my own self in pain, and just feeling so weary. I remember when my mom was watching Trump did a speech, and I think it was when he was calling us the blacks. And my mother, who was born in the civil rights movement, raised in the civil rights movement, for her to come through all of that and to be sitting on our couch in 2019 crying because she feels like we're digressing. That's a lot to take in. It really, really is. And I don't know. I'm glad that there's going to be a change. But yeah, Biden he's not a progressive. Okay, now if this was a progressive president, I would be like, oh, let's get ready because we're about to have a new America. No, it'll probably just be a more bearable America, but I don't think he's going to do much to change. His cabinet will. Watch the progressive the progressive candidates. They're going to, bring a lot of change. His cabinet will. Abrams would bring about a lot of change. She'll do more than what she's already done. Like Homegirl didn't even have a year to do what she did, but she did it, and she did it well. So those are the people that I'm looking for. I think we have a leader who's just going to focus on unifying. I don't think he's going to focus on equality. Unfortunately. I'm so proud of Arizona and Nevada. And not just because of Cindy McCain. Those people, those young black and brown Latinos and Native Americans put in the work. You guys, I'm telling you, millennials and zennials, watch them. This world, America, the world will not be the same because of those two demographics. SL said, I'm from Hawaii. I've always been a blue state, though I've been seeing several Trump parades around the island. It's the most random areas where you would never expect it. To be quite honest with you, SL, I grew up in a state that's so blue as black that I moved to an even bluer state. So to be quite honest with you, I've been privileged, even with everything that I've endured, I've been privileged to not be and live in a state where I'm still living under Jim Crow laws. You know what I mean? Like Black people in the South who are still there doing the work, they're owed a huge debt as well from Biden. Like he needs to, those people are going through absolute hell and they're still staying there and putting in the work because they believe that a change is coming. My shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Oh, Jazzy Go is Ready to Love on. Somebody asked me to do not Married to Medicine, Love at First Sight, and Ready to Love. I'm like, when do they come on? I'd watch. I don't know when. Miles said, I'm proud of the people here in Nevada. I was really scared we turned Republican. Miles, I was actually canvassing for Barack Obama in Nevada. Can I tell you, they made us so afraid to canvass in Nevada because they said that it's a really red, Nevada's going to go red. It's a battleground state. We really have to be there. I'm telling you, and it could just be because Obama is a really likable president, or just a likable person, very charismatic. You trust him, you like him, you're attracted to him. Like I felt like he was an anomaly. He had it all, right? So I'm thinking that was it. But baby, we canvassed the entire weekend there, and we walked up and down them streets for hours. Like we started at 7, ended at 10. We put in work in Nevada. We were all there. There wasn't a piece of Nevada that we hadn't visited and made sure, that little town was voting for Obama. But baby, every house we went to, they said, oh, it's no question. This is who we're voting for. Everybody had like an Obama poster in their home. It could be because it was a historic moment. I don't know, but for me, I was shocked because of what we were being told. We were being told that state was so red that, we don't know if we're going to win it. Everywhere I went, I was like, did they mess up the polling? Like something? Because I'm confused. Y'all said this, we even had to go with escorts, to make sure that we were safe, especially the women. And we got there. Every house was like, oh, there's no question we're voting for him. Absolutely. And it was diverse. We went to Mexican homes, white homes, older homes, younger homes, gay homes, straight homes. Like this, I talked to a few disabled homeowners. Like everybody was excited about this man. So yeah, I know that Nevada can go blue. You just have to put in the work. You just have to put in the work in Nevada, and it can happen. Guess I'm proud. I'm proud of everybody, to be quite honest with you. People are doing the work. Listen, I don't think that, because this is why I don't say Republicans, because I used to say Republicans, and I'm just like, no. I am not a fan of like Trump supporters. I'm just like, I can't, because it's something not right. Something is evil and not well there. I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of Republicans, because there are a lot of Republicans who are voting for Biden, and you believe what you believe, right? This president has been so dark and evil. So like you can't even sit down and have a conversation about different schools of thought or different beliefs because of, different political beliefs, because it's become so hard to have that conversation because we have such a divisive and chaotic leader. A lot of people, even if they don't agree politically, are voting for Biden just to have peace. Peace. It's enough. We've been through so much in the past 4 years. It is so unfair. So unfair. The burdens and the stress and the depression that we've all had to bear because of his leadership. I don't want it. I'm done. I'm like, I can't do any more of this. I really, really can't. So I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I really, really am. But yeah, I'm proud of Nevada. I'm proud of Arizona. I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of everybody who exercised their right to vote. Like again, y'all know how I grew up. Like voting was a big deal in my family. Like like all my family came over, especially the elders. They sat down with me, talked to me about the importance of voting. Then everybody, like it was a caravan, walked to my polling place. It was like a photo shoot. I got my sticker. After I got my sticker, the elders walked me back home. And while they walked me back home, they were talking about our ancestors and how So many of us died for me to have this moment, and what a privilege it was, and how I should never take it for granted. So it's like a huge voting, especially when you're voting for the first time, is a huge deal in my family. I know a lot of people who didn't have that, right? But I know a lot of people who, although they didn't have that, decided that this was the election that they needed to step up. So I'm really proud of a lot of folks, first-time voters, a lot of people who exercise their right to vote. Because if you don't vote, you can't complain. If you don't make your voice heard, then you can't shout, you know, because you're not doing the work. I'm proud of Pennsylvania, although I'm not from there. I'm from Philadelphia, but I'm proud of all those people who came out. So many people came out that they have to take days to count those votes. Yes, this is what it should be every time. And if Americans voted in all elections like this, America will look very, very different. Very, very different. It's like, don't get involved and start voting when we're literally walking through hell, the hottest part of hell. We need you to make sure we never even reach the tip of hell. Let's start voting on them judges. Let's start voting on the DA. Let's start voting on the sheriff, city council members, school council members. These people are the ones making decisions for your children. These are the ones taking school lunches away. These are the ones, making decisions about uniforms and, stuff that is going to be taught in the school. You got to be involved in all of that. It's honestly not exhausting when you make it a part of your everyday life. It really, really isn't. Because I felt overwhelmed when I first started voting. Because I did the presidential election, and then my family was just like, okay, well, dear, you got to vote on senators, you got to vote on state representatives and judges, and I was like, oh God, all of this? Yes, all of that is very, very important. America will look very different if all Americans voted. That's why the popular vote always looks so different than who wins. Not a lot of the times, but especially last year. Everybody was just like, oh my goodness, she got all these votes. Because to be honest with you, the majority of Americans are Democratic, and so, Hillary's, of course, her popular vote would go. Popular vote always goes to Democrats. So, yeah, that's our voting system. It's messed up, but this is what we got to work with. So we gotta work with it, and we have to stay engaged. If the 99% put in work like the 1%, my God, today, you talk about utopia. This would be a utopia, but every voice is not being heard. So. Jazzy Go said, I also think that individuals who are part of the minority communities think they're going to lose something or be eradicated. It's not, it's like, no, it's just going to be equal, but I guess they can't handle that. Listen, for a lot of people who have experienced privilege because of maybe a class, a skin color, a certain town where they're from, you know what I mean? For people like that, I think I don't want to say a majority, but a lot of them are okay with releasing that privilege so that other people can come up, right? But then there are those people who know that without this leg up, without this privilege, I am nothing. Like, I'm not going to be able to work as hard as that person. Like, they're intimidated by, a person of color because although they have this oppression on them, all of these shackles on them, and they're never expected to win. And every time they do great at something, the goalpost is moved and they have to work even harder. To know that they go through all of that and they still met me on the same level. If all I have is privilege, I'm afraid of that person because I know that I can never work that hard or be that person. And it's not a lot, it's like, let's talk about white people. It's not a lot of white people who, not a lot, but there's enough where there's like a majority, but there are a lot of white people who do not feel that way, who are allies, who are in the streets, who are protesting, who are voting, who are putting in the work, who are educating family members, who are, putting in the good fight, right? Who are the seed of abolitionists, right? Not enough, right? There needs to be more, but they don't feel that way. So they're like, with or without this privilege, I know who I am. I know I'm a good worker. I know I'm smart. I know, but there are other people who are just like, I know without this privilege, I'm nothing. So I'm gonna fight like hell to keep this because I'm not as smart as this. I'm not as strong as this. I know I wouldn't be able to handle that. I know I couldn't do this without even trying. Just just measuring yourself and saying, I can't do what they can do. They can do it much better because I did absolutely nothing to get here. The bare minimum. And this person had been shackled for 400 years. And not only did they meet me at the same place, they're about to surpass me. That's intimidating. So I think that's what happens with that. But again, it's changing. Got people like don't get. That's why I said don't get weary. The work is happening. The work is happening. Millennials and zennials are going to make this nation look very, very different. They're going to make America look like the America that America tells the rest of the world that they are. We're going to actually practice what we preach. And I am excited about that. Absolutely, Micheline. It must go. But you know who else must go? Me, because I'm feeling myself getting tired. I feel like, guys, I really want to go to bed, but I can't. I can't. Keep me in your prayers. I love y'all. Yes, this new generation is not playing around. My sister's generation, I'm telling you, these kids are putting in work. They're putting in work. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. I feel like there's some light. There's some light at the end of this tunnel. We're gonna get a rainbow. We're gonna get a rainbow. Jazzy Go, I worry about that too. I worried about that with RHOC. So my hope is that Kamala will be safe as well. So keep the prayer, keep the prayer, keep the faith, keep the faith. Keep me in your prayers. I'll keep y'all in mind, and let's keep on fighting the good fight. Let's make sure we're engaged in every election because every election is it matters. It matters. It really matters to the outcome that we want. And I firmly believe that there's more good than bad in this nation and that we can do it. So I love y'all. Yeah, Ethan. It always happens. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to be on here for just an hour and a half, an hour 15, and here we are. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Bachelorette. I'm excited about that. I think I am going to do the toning. I think I'm going to do the toning so that I can get to bed. I'm going to fight my mind and do the toning because it's time. I got to sleep. I've got to sleep through the night. So let me get on that. I love y'all. I'm glad that I spent this time and that we spent this time together because it was a great break, a great distraction. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you, my loves. Get some sleep. Let's go.